Hi, Ernesto, Miranda. The picture, it's acrylic paint. Identity, Plano East Senior High School. Your teacher is Lori Whitaker. And beautiful piece, Ernesto. Um, can you tell us what inspired this particular work?
Basically, excuse me, when I began it, I got inspired by one of the Mexican artists called Frida Kahlo.
Oh, love Frida Kahlo, yes.
And well, to begin with, I didn't even know what to paint. And when I got more into her story, it was about her personal life, her life as an artist, her struggles, the obstacles she had to go through. And I was like, well, I like that. I like the idea of applying your life into your own artwork. And I wanted to put myself as the beginning of what I wanted to paint by the morals I was raised in, which is the Mexican flag to represent my family roots, my Mexican heritage. The vines or thorn-like was to represent as Jesus Christ got crucified to be in my Catholic beliefs. That's something I hold really truth with. And the branch hanging by the neck is to be the part of the of my family tree.
Wow. You put a lot of thought into making that connect with who you are. Um, what was your biggest challenge in executing that? Was it because it sounds like there was a lot of planning. Did you was there a lot of challenge in figuring out all the elements first before you painted, or when you actually were executing it, did you find some things more challenging than you expected?
Well, I began with the basic self-portrait, and I had troubles knowing do I want it to look just like me, or do I want it to basically show how I felt, the ambience in my eyes. It doesn't look like me, but it's the ideal image I want to represent in my artwork.
Oh, interesting. And what surprised you the most when you were working on this? I mean, and again, did you, because it sounds like you really planned it out. So were there any surprises? The fact that it didn't look as much like you, or that it was more your spirit, was that part of the surprise?
Well, I like the fact that it showed what I wanted to explain. It had basically a story within it. It showed everything that I wanted, and the fact that it doesn't look like me, but it has basically the idea, that I was really satisfied with that.
I have to ask, since it's so deeply about your heritage, how did your family feel about this? Because it feels like you're really honoring your roots. What was their reaction? And did they understand all the details you put in it? Did you need to explain it, or did they just get it without even being told?
I had to explain it to them because obviously they don't have an idea like, what is this? But other than that, they were like surprised. They were happy to know, yeah, I'm taking pride into, my heritage, my family, because I don't show it that much because I hardly ever talk. And they
Oh.
were and they were actually happy that I applied it with the thing I know best, and it's painting.
So you talk through your art.
Yes.
That's good. And probably if you talked more, you'd probably draw less, right? And were you always attracted to acrylic art, or did you do other forms of art? What made you decide to make this acrylic?
I originally began with pen work, ink, and slowly progressed into acrylic. And once I sort of mastered, brush strokes, I've actually entered right now oil media.
Oh, wonderful. And so what now pleases you the most about this? You're looking at this right now. When you look at it, what makes you happy about it? And also, another question I've asked before, how did you know that I've got it? It's done. I don't need another vine. This was exactly where I wanted it to be.
Once I saw the eyes, it sort of just told me, yeah, I'm done. Don't add more to me. But other than that, I saw everything. There was a few things I wanted to change, but I was like, no, I think it's right. I see everything's all adjusted. Everything's all basically in the right place that I wanted. And I had no second thought afterwards. I just kept on staring at it, admiring it, judging it. Is it good? Is it not? But at the end, I just liked the way it was.
Well, it's really beautiful, and I'm also a fan of Frida Kahlo, and she had a very rough life. It was amazing, the art she produced, because I know she was someone who was always in physical pain. And also, I just want to comment on the colors. They're so rich and earthy. It's so warm. There's just such a warm feeling to this painting. There's a real warmth to it. And you're right, the eyes, they're looking out, they're seeing something very special, coming from a very deep and good place. I really love this picture. What do you see, what are your goals for yourself going forward?
Basically, I'm trying to find a good school that still holds traditional media as a good course. They help you out going out there as an artist, because right now art is just a hard place to be with. Sure. And they teach you how to become an artist, how to be in the good business of it, knowing what you need. And well, I'm just trying to look for a good school, even if it's across the states.
Well, absolutely. One thing you might want to consider is just that there's just not enough art like this, I think, for young people to see also, and it's, that would be, I think you're going to find a place for this. I think you will find a place. And Ernesto, I hope you will stay in touch, because I know you will find a place, and you'll find a place to display this work and share it with more people. Beautiful job. Thank you very much. And for someone who doesn't like to talk, you did very well.